Welcome to this week's episode of Connecting the Dots. Today, we're diving into something every fitness club owner, trainer, and gym goer should be thinking about: nutrition. Not just what to eat, but how the fitness industry is completely rethinking the role nutrition plays inside the club experience. I've got 3 guests with me today: a nutritionist, a fitness club operator, and systems integration expert, and the man leading a pretty ambitious project at one of Europe's most storied sports nutrition brands, Enervit. We're going to talk about why fitness members are athletes too, how Gen Z and baby boomers are driving the industry in completely different directions, and why the future of the fitness club isn't equipment, it's about data, connection, and results. Let's connect the dots. Welcome to this week's episode of Connecting the Dots. I am joined by 3 esteemed guests, and today we're diving into something that every fitness club owner, trainer, and gym goer should be thinking about: nutrition. Not just to eat, but how the fitness industry is completely rethinking the role nutrition plays inside the club experience. I've got 3 guests with me today: a nutritionist, Simone, a fitness club operator, Maurizio, and a man that's leading a pretty ambitious project at one of Europe's most storied sports nutrition brands, Enervit, and that's Roberto. Welcome, you all. Can you connect the dots for me from what brings you here across the course of your career? Roberto, can we start with you?
Okay, thank you. Better not to leave to my age, I prefer, thank you. Okay, I start in a different business, in the IT sector. Also the expert system. For 10 years I work in the expert system. Was the mother and the father of the AI a lot of years ago. But was important for me because was a very important system for have a correct support of the decision. And this is a big support for me also for the next business for me. After these 10 years, I start in 1995 in the sport and fitness market, and I launched also the spinning worldwide, and this was a fantastic moment for me. And I work for a lot of years in the fitness market, around 25 years, a lot. Then in 2021, after the COVID, I start with Enervit for 2 very important projects for me. One was increase the international market for Enervit from 2021 to 2026 this year. We are happy because we increase our turnover around double digit per year, but also the ROI, and the ROI is very important. But the second project was introduce Enervit in the fitness market. And this project start in FIBO 2026 also for this.
Wonderful. Thank you. It's really hard to push all of that career into a very short introduction.
Yeah.
Simone, I'm going to go to you next. Connect the dots for us. Why are you here today?
Thank you. My name is Simone. I'm a biologist and nutritionist specializing in sport nutrition. I focus on optimizing of course, nutrition and supplementation and recovery for athletes of all levels, using a scientific yet practical approach aimed at achieving concrete and sustainable results over the time. So I'm a member of Equipe Enervit, and this is my goal.
It's wonderful. And Enervit has such a strong and amazing team of experts behind the brand. So looking forward to hearing some more from you and about that. Last but certainly not least, Maurizio. Maurizio, you come wearing a couple of hats, and I think you're going to explain that in your introduction. You represent a little bit of tech and the fitness operators. Can you connect the dots for us?
Yes, thank you, Jennifer. Maurizio. I am a club owner, Atom Club in Rome, since 2010. During the COVID, I take the time to digitalize all my business. So I take the advantage of the automation and digitalization during this period. And starting 2022, I became a digital business consultant, specialized in automation and AI right now. And I'm providing this consultation to several clubs across Italy and some across Europe. right now. So I really believe into digitalization and merge of different systems. And this is what I do right now, all of my time.
It's a wonderful combined skill set because there's so much opportunity for fitness operators to automate and scale using AIs. It's it's really cool that you can apply that in practice, hands-on in your own businesses. Welcome. So going back to you, Roberto, can you tell us a little bit more about Enervit for anyone who doesn't know the brand? Because it's been very established, very well known in Italy, and it's just getting known across the rest of the world, but it's got a fantastic story.
Yes, it's a very long story. We haven't a lot of time, but it's a very long story because Enervit I have a book of Enervit. Look, it's a 70 years old in the last year. In this moment is 71. And we built the company in research, in innovation, and also the field presence. Of course, we are an Italian company. And we have a lot of different distribution in different countries. Our focus is the big athlete, also the pro athlete. We have a very important team, but also the normal athlete, the athlete of every day, because this is very important for us. The concept for us is in our DNA is the positive nutrition. We are the positive nutrition company, and the concept of the positive nutrition is very important for support the performance, but also for improve the well-being for all persons. We have internal production. We have 2 plants. We have a lot of different quality brand certification. This is very important. Like, for example, it's very important. We are a gluten-free company. And then we invest in research. And also for this, Simone is a part of the Equipe Enervit. Equipe Enervit is the other company, is independent for Enervit, but also because we need a R&D independent from the commercial part. And this for us is also important for us have a correct credibility on the market.
I think it's so important, and it has been one of the things that I've been so impressed with Enervit is, that how long the company's been established, that it's established on pharmacological roots, so it's all scientific. The level of control that goes into every single ingredient, that goes into every single product, the certification, the research. I think the reason that I'm underlining it is it's something that's really impressed me personally, because in an industry that's highly unregulated, that doesn't pay such attention to quality, where people, if they don't know what they're looking for, can just be buying a lovely marketing label. I think that what Enervit puts into its products and the performance that you can get out of the products is truly remarkable. So I wanted to underline that for the listeners, maybe just to trigger some more questions that they may want to ask about their products and services in sports nutrition, and to make it easier to make a good analysis. So Enervit has a sporty nutrition project, which I'm very happy to be on the project team for. But can you tell us a little bit more about what that project is and what you're hoping to accomplish?
Yes, for us, it's not important only sell product, because we spoke about the quality of the product, but for us, it's important also have an integrated system. In our skill and in my skill, the club need more support also for the nutrition, because it's a very important part also in the different proposition for the member. For this, we want to improve the customer experience with the nutrition, but also for the club, increase the retention, because we know all type of different club need increase the retention. And if they want have a correct promotion to the lifestyle, it's important to have 2 different pillars. One is the workout, but the other is nutrition. And of course, not only increase the retention, but why not also have more upselling or cross-selling. And this is another important part. For this, we want to try for generate new revenue for the clubs. And with this system, we start for a different proposition for this new ecosystem.
So tell me about ecosystem, because that is something that's a little bit broad. So how can fitness operators understand this ecosystem? Because of course, nutrition is so important to achieving any sort of physical goals that you set out to do. It's funny because I've worked for club operators for 25 years, and I know that many members join the club to lose weight, but that's actually more of a nutritional goal than it is a workout goal. And if you actually tie it back to the reasons that people are joining the club, if you don't get that nutrition component correct, then you won't really see great results. So that's why it ties into things like member retention and member engagement. Like you can't separate exercise and nutrition. So how does this work in the Enervit sports nutrition ecosystem?
Yes, the ecosystem is a trendy word. Everybody say ecosystem, ecosystem, ecosystem. Our point of view is this. It's very important to have an interconnection to the different type of workout and different data, because the ecosystem of workout data with the ecosystem of nutrition tips or information. And we have 4 pillars in this case. The first one, again, Equipe Enervit is improving the continuing education, because it's very important that not only the member, and not only the club owners, but also the trainer in the system. The trainer are a very important part in the system, ecosystem. It is very important after all workout, for example, what kind of different information give also for the recovery, for example, why not? And this is an important part, not only the nutrition specialist. And the first one is the continuing education. Is the app integration. The project of Enervit is not have a own app, but have a connection with a different app. In this case, of course, Maurizio have a big skill for the different interconnection. This is a big problem for the clubs. But we work for this, I don't know, if the club have the technology app, have a connection for collect the different workout activity, for have a different cluster, for understanding, for say the correct recovery, for example, integration for the different cluster. And this is the app integration. Or if they have their own app, because a lot of chain have their own app, is the same. The third is a dedicated portal. Why? It's very important to give the possibility for have a delivery in-house for the member for the different products, not only in the gym, because the system is very different after the COVID. For this, we give a special package like a portal. A portal is for our club owners, and will be possible made the delivery by the club owners to the club members. The fourth, but is very important, is not the last, but is very important, is the smart vending. We introduced the system of the smart vending because when I'm in the gym, I need this product because I need before my activity or during my activity or after my activity. I need in this moment. It's very important for us. And we have a connection with this system of smart vending for giving the correct possibility after the workout, but also during the workout. Receive direct on your app the correct product and will be possible buy direct on your vending machine because this is a smart vending machine. This is the system for have a connection to the workout activity with the trainer, with the clubs, and with also the nutrition.
So basically, the ecosystem is just solving all of the touch points that might be problematic for any club operator to really integrate sports nutrition, because you talk about the education of the trainers and the staff about the products. You talk about using the member data that the fitness operators already have so that the right recommendations for the members can be made at the right time. So the members understand what they need to take and what that's going to do for them and why. And then it's about making sure that the members can get their hands on the supplements at the right time. So whether that's in the portal and it can be directly sent to the member's house, or it's in the club in vending or retail, so that members can, get the sports nutrition before, during, and after exactly when they need it in the club. It's really clear and very exciting.
Yes, for us, I write also in the booth in FIBO in 2026. In the next week, we write, the gym is not where you buy nutrition, is where you learn the correct use of the nutrition. And this for us is the very important message for the club owners.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you so much, Roberto. Let's turn it over to Simone. Just to make a little bit of a bridge, because Enervit is the sports nutrition company, and it's focused on performance, sports performance and athletes for most of its career. And we talked about this, I think, a little bit in the beginning, but very, very clearly, would you consider fitness members, are they athletes, and why?
There are far more similarities than people might think between an everyday athletes and a top athletes. And the main difference is not the approach, but the intensity and precision. Both professional athletes and everyday athletes share the same physiological needs. For example, energy for the performance, muscle recovery or hydration, and another topic is stress management. What changes is the level of awareness and the structure of the support system that we can have. Top athletes have a dedicated teams, whereas people attending a fitness club often rely on fragmented information. And this is exactly where the opportunity lies, bringing a more structured nutritional culture into the clubs means nurturing the gap and allowing even amateur athletes to achieve a concrete and sustainable results over the time. And probably this is the key.
Yeah, and I think, for professional athletes, like their condition is already at such a high level. You're looking for, I mean, it's a huge amount of effort that goes into just achieving improvements of a very small scale. But on the other side, if you look at the fitness athlete, the gym goer, the steps that they're taking and that their body's taking when they're making the adaptations from like beginner to regular exerciser, those are huge steps, and they require like a lot of strategic support when you talk about it. You're talking about things like recovery and stress management and hydration and then targeted nutrition. So if you're able to make smart nutrition choices, that's going to take what could be a very long road and make it a much shorter and more effective road, right? So
Yeah.
let's talk about we've got two ends of the generational spectrum. Like Gen Z and baby boomers are big chunks of our population, and they're flooding into fitness clubs right now. I think Gen Z's is the generation that's spending more money than any other generation on their health and well-being. But at the different life stages, you've got very different goals and very different nutrition needs. So how do you approach nutrition differently for these groups?
Yeah, there are two different targets, of course, but both extremely interesting. Gen Z is better informed, of course, more digital and more focused on overall well-being.
Mm-hmm.
They are not only looking for performance, of course, but also balance, mental energy, and quality of their lives. At the same time, they are also more exposed to misformation and fast-moving trends. On the other side, baby boomers have more practical approach. They are looking for health, maintaining physical fitness, and of course, injury prevention.
Mm-hmm.
They are less influenced by trends, but more
Mhm.
sensitive to credibility and simplicity, of course. In both cases, the role of the club can become crucial, offering a reliable point of reference and transforming nutrition from an individual choice into integrated part of the fitness experience.
Yes, absolutely. And what I love about Enervit's system is that for everyone, no matter your age or your goal, you've got this pre, during, and post strategy that's going to help everyone, and it applies to all. So that like if you get that level, you'll already see a huge improvement in what you do inside and outside of the club.
Yes, because supplementation recovery and nutrition are not three separated elements, but they are part of one single system that works continuously. The first key concept is that results do not depend just on what you are doing during the training, but above all, what happens before, of course, during and after the training session. Before the activity, for example, the goal is to ensure good energy availability. So start the training with good glycogen level. And of course, during the activity, especially in the longer or more intense session, the hydration and possible supplementation, for example, with carbohydrates can become very crucial, helping and maintaining performance during the time. But of course, we do not forget about the post-workout phase. Probably this is the most important thing that sometimes we can forget, because recovery is the moment when the body adapts, rebuilds, and of course improves. So creates something that is stronger for the next session. So this is essential to provide the correct and the right nutrients throughout the day, before, during, and at the end of the training. A classic example is carbohydrates before a session, carbs, and of course electrolytes during a long training session, and of course protein and carbs at the end of the session to repair muscle and energy availability for the next session. So the important thing is the consistency to do this every day for every training. This is not a spot solution, but probably the key is to have a consistency during the time every day. So the advice is something that is simple. Think about the nutrition and supplementation as an integrated part of a daily routine, not something that might be considered an additional part, but is a complex part of a day. So when these three elements, nutrition, supplementation, and of course recovery from a training session are aligned, even an everyday athletes can achieve concrete results over the time, day by day.
I love that you use everyday athletes, because and that terminology has been used, a little bit more over the past few years, but it really allows people to kind of put this on as an identity. Like I might not have been an active person before, but by doing this, I can't, like, I am an athlete. And when you start, adding something to your identity, it becomes much easier to overcome the barriers of, the excuses of not to do it. And what you said about consistency, like that's so important. Workout consistency is the thing that's going to get people the results, get people the health benefits, the aesthetic benefits, feeling better. And what's funny is, if you're the kind of person who's stopped and started along the workout journey, as many people have, when you show up in the gym, for some reason your ego tells you that you're going to have the workout experience you did at your last best workout. Like, it just doesn't register that there might be a struggle and that there's anything that goes into your workout performance. But you're often confronted with the fact that you haven't slept well, maybe didn't get hydrated enough when you're about 10 minutes into the session and feeling like everything's moving through mud. So the idea that you can get this pre, during, and post, and just really simply integrate it into your workout ritual, and that's going to give you that experience of easier workout, more rewarding workouts, and better recovery, so that you can get up show up again and build on that consistency. That's that integration between workout and nutrition that we talked about at the beginning of the podcast. So thank you so much, Simone. I'm gonna turn the spotlight on to you, Maurizio, because we've framed what this this project is. We've talked about all of the information and expertise that goes into it, but now it's actually, you know, how to translate that through the systems, and you're the systems guy. Well, from a systems integration angle, I think most operators aren't thinking that way, but this is a system that you can actually build into your club at scale. Can you talk about that, and maybe how operators can shift their mindset around sports nutrition?
Thank you, Jennifer. We need to think about our processes, how to provide a lean customer journey in terms of CRM, in terms of training, in terms of nutrition. So the key point is to think about processes and how to integrate systems. So in my opinion, we do not think about tools, but we need to think about processes. The real opportunity for clubs today is building fitness literacy, helping members understand not just how to train, but why, when, and what they need to support their results. So we need to create an ecosystem. Nutrition is a good pillar. We are experiencing a huge demand across all over the world. And so it is very important to integrate systems. In what way? We can analyze what kind of lessons, classes do you book? So, for example, if you book classes on spinning or Zumba or high intensity interval training, you really need a different nutrition approach.
Yeah.
So it is very important. And according to my experience, every gym chain use different systems and different approach. So our goal is to provide a custom approach to every client and to reduce the friction of this process, on these processes. So we can integrate Technogym or we can integrate the standard MMS. We can go a different level on every client. So according to my experience, what I experienced in my club is I create a whole ecosystem where every client can do everything by themselves. And the approach of our employees is to provide support to this approach, to this method. So we really believe into integration and to standardize a process to create a lead customer journey in terms of training, nutrition, and buying experience.
And because so many operators or companies have their own way of doing it, the way that I think about like that integration is like Lego blocks. As long as they all fit together, it doesn't matter what color you have. It's just about bringing the whole system together, and maybe the design looks different on the outside because of the different colors of the blocks. But you should be able to use all of the technical and digital tools that you have in your club to work together, and that's what you do for others and for your own clubs, right?
Yes, exactly. It depends on which system do you use, and it mainly depends on your API catalog, the API catalog related to your system. But the methodology is to create a journey, because you cannot integrate everything. But you need to understand which journey do you want for your clients. So this is the point. According to our experience and to our project, we create a journey under classes or under trains. Depends on the system that you adopt and where do you want to go.
Yeah, and once you've designed that journey, you can figure out, you know, where to introduce certain ideas or certain suggestions for customers to make their experience better.
Yes, exactly. The key point is to start with a lean architecture and then grow up.
Yeah.
So if you make it simpler, it could be more stable in the future.
Right.
Then you can grow.
Yeah. And then if you have that customer journey, that simple customer journey, it's very clear where you can introduce like the sports nutrition suggestions. Like if you already have their goals and you already know their activities, it's very easy to plug in that pre, during, and post, and maybe product suggestions that will align with the member goals. I can see it all coming together. It's a wonderful opportunity for both members and the operators in terms of business growth. So let's talk about the in-club experience a little bit more. I think I'm seeing, I know Roberto's seeing, but I'm curious about you as well. Like there are less and less of the restaurants or the bars that are where members are getting like coffee or shakes that I'm seeing with club operators, and progressively more vending. So what do you see the opportunity of vending for club operators? Is there a good business case there?
It is a good opportunity. For example, in my club, I have the bar, but after COVID, I put vending machines instead. But I'm actually using vending machines as a standard product. So I have a
Okay.
revenue share with my partner, and I'm not controlling the vending machine. So the opportunity
Okay.
is to have to internalize even this channel to get more
Mhm.
revenues, but without getting my organization more complicated. Because I'm always talking about effectiveness and efficiency. So the key point is to leverage the using of data.
Mhm.
All of us, we are having a lot of data because we are using an app. We are tracking entrances into our club. We are tracking bookings. We are having a lot of data. The
Mhm.
key point is how to use these data. So the opportunity as a club operator is to get more, to provide this service to our clients and to get more money from vending, because we can
Sure.
control vending
Yeah.
directly without getting our organization more complicated. So this is the
Okay.
key point. This is why I'm very interested into this project.
So vending without adding operational complexity. So you're not managing the vending. You've got a partner that's managing the vending, but you're enjoying the upside of extra revenue and your members get the convenience.
Yes, exactly. We can achieve both goals, to be
That's
more effectiveness and to be efficient.
and operational efficiency. So last question, and this is just like really tying it all together. So with everything that Simona has said and Roberto's ecosystem explanation, and bringing in sports nutrition as like an important pillar for fitness club operators, where do you see all this going? What's the futurist perspective?
Yes, of course, it is a big trend because of, as I told you before, fitness is growing everywhere, and
Mhm.
the awareness of fitness, of well-being, is growing everywhere. So nutrition is a pillar. We
Mhm.
as operator, we are focused on training. We control
Mhm.
training, but we are not focused directly on nutrition. So having a partner as Enervit is very important, and I guess it's the future as the integration of all of this system. So I really believe into this and for the future.
I think you talk about, really focusing on your core operations, and this is like a perfect example of a synergy, right? So you've got a company that's fully committed to sports nutrition quality, sports nutrition research, as well as producing and fulfillment. So then that allows you to focus on your core business as an operator. And if you can add in digital tools that allow you to scale this part of your business while offering very personalized solutions to your members that are going to get them better results, I think this is something that more people should be doing and more people should be talking about. So Roberto, where can people find out more information, and when's the next best opportunity for them to connect with Enervit?
The next will be in the next week. The next week will be in FIBO. We are good in FIBO. And for us, will be very important try for present this project. But of course, FIBO is only the step zero. We want
Yeah.
to introduce this system. We start, of course, with some case history also before. We have clubs with a restaurant and bar with the Equipe Enervit menu, for example, but also with the vending machine inside, because it's a different mode. We introduced portal and is in testing also the portal, but we have some clubs with the portal. Of course, this is a project, but because we want to try for not talking about selling product, but give a system. Because for us, it's very important if the people, but also the club owners, achieve this result. Why? The market of the fitness market is very incredible. It's very big. Around some data, I think it's around 70 or 80 million person every day in the gym in Europe only. Around 170 million person, they use also the gym, and the gym is the core of the system of the workout, also for the future. Why not have this connection, not only for the workout, for the core training, but also for the nutrition, for collect this information in the mecca of the sporty lifestyle. The mecca of the sporty lifestyle, I think, is the fitness market.
Absolutely. That's a really good point. And I liked that you explained that there are options if you have a full restaurant in the club to integrate Enervit. There's options if you have a retail environment, there's options for vending, and then there's also options for our portal. So this is a really modular system that people can take all of or part of to really integrate into their concept. Very interesting, and very much looking forward to seeing you all at FIVO next week. Thank you so much. Thank you, Simone. Thanks for listening to Connecting the Dots. If today's conversation gave you something to think about, share it with someone who'd enjoy it too. You can find all of our episodes on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. And if you follow the show, leave a rating. It helps more people discover our work. Until next time, keep connecting the dots and keep building the future you want to see.